The job market is so bad. I just drove past, seriously, I just drove past two employment agencies, both of them within a half-mile radius of one another, the staffing agencies, and they're closed. They have a leasing sign up on the window. That'll tell you everything right there. Now, one.
The job market so trash because nobody ain't quitting their job, gang. You crazy as hell. Like, they know that their job is up for grab. What make you think they finna quit that hoe? They may complain about the job. They may not be getting paid enough to goddamn sustain the living, but what make you think they finna quit their job, gang? They finna stay because they know they quit their job today. Somebody else getting that motherfucking position the next day. I'm not even finna put you on my shit. I'm not even finna put you on my job. And another reason why the job market so trash, cause these businesses slow. Everything, the prices keep increasing, shit keep getting high. So business getting slower and slower. Ain't nobody buying shit no more. Ain't nobody buying shit no more. Ain't nobody really going nowhere no more because a lot of people can't really afford to go nowhere. So at the end of the day, like, you got to understand it from the business side too. Like, that shit, hell, they probably need you. They probably need your experience, your expertise. But goddamn, they can't afford the expertise. they can't afford it. They try. You feel me? They do what they can, but they can't really afford it. Ain't really nothing they can really do about it. You feel what I'm saying? But try their best to keep the motherfucking people in the positions. That's them. You feel what I'm saying?
The job market is horrible. I keep seeing videos about it, and I'm just here to validate everybody more than they already been validated. It is horrible. Since March, when I last started working a full-time permanent job, I've had 2 interviews. One interview, I was so ready for this interview. I'm like, I'm about to ace this. I'm getting the interview, and it's a panel interview. I'm thinking it's only about to be 2 people, and it's like 6 people. So I was nervous. I was not prepared for that. So my whole it was bad. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It was bad. So I knew I was not getting that job. The other interview, I aced that interview, y'all. I did so good in this interview. Wasn't an ounce of nervousness. Y'all, at the end of the interview, she like, okay, we got 3 more weeks of interviews, and we gonna call people back and let them know if they going to the second round. So I'm like, that's already look crazy, because I'm waiting 3 weeks to see if I'm going to the second round, not even if I'm getting the job or not. So I'm just like, okay, whatever, because I really want the job. So about a month go by, I'm like, I know I aced this interview, so I know I should be getting the second one. So I reach out or whatever, and they like, oh, we're sorry, like, the position is on hold right now. So I'm okay, cool, whatever, yada yada yada. Next day, I get an email. Unfortunately, I thought the position was on hold. And then it's like, people be acting like you're not trying hard enough. It's not about trying hard enough. It's just about what's really available and what's actually real. People are posting fake jobs. You apply to a job, it'll say resume has been reviewed. Next day, job interview reposted. You ain't get called for an interview or nothing. Or you will get called for an interview, and then the next day the job be reposted. So it's like, what's really going on? Honestly, you just got to keep applying. Like, that's it. And then you still never know what's going to happen. It's people that have applied to 1,000 jobs still have not gotten the interview. So I don't know what's going on with these companies and these organizations, but people out here really need jobs. I'm working a temp job right now. I'm grateful to God for it, but it ends at the end of the month. So I know something's gonna happen for me though. Like, I'm not tripping about it. Like, a temp job better than no job. I'm trying to tell you. I wasn't making as much money I was making before, but I'm making something. Okay. So everybody that's trying to find a job right now, you just gotta hold on. Now, I know that's easier said than done for sure.
Ever sent out dozens, even hundreds of job applications and heard absolutely nothing back? You're not the only one. It's happening to people everywhere. Getting a job today isn't easy. More applicants, AI screening, resumes, and an increasingly competitive job market have made the hiring process tougher than ever. If you're feeling frustrated, discouraged, or exhausted from constantly applying, you're far from alone.
I just genuinely want to know, when the fuck did it become normal to change our resume every time we apply for a new job? That doesn't make any fucking sense. This economy, this job market has just gotten so bad to the point that we need to change our resume every time we apply to a new job. Why is that even a thing? We need to be questioning this. You know how much time and effort it takes to craft a whole new resume? I mean, yes, we have AI to make it easier, but who the hell wants to keep doing that? Because now you got to fucking remember which resume is for which type of job that you're looking for. Like, Who wants to do that? I'm so sick of this job market and all this BS stuff that they be asking us to do. And the fact that we even have to do that. Now most of us have to seek out actual professional help from professionals who are good at giving us jobs that are actually hiring. Why do we need even more professional help to just apply for basic jobs? It's getting out of hand.
At this point, I've been on the job search for an extraordinarily long amount of time. I've interviewed for a lot of roles and I have not been able to find a job. And throughout this process, like, there's been so much rejection. I've gotten so excited that every time I think, well, don't take it personal. Like, it's not the end of the world if you don't get the job. And then I go through the interview process and get excited about it and think that I'm a great fit. And just before I went to the gym today, I got another rejection email saying that they're going with another candidate, and people say, like, well, it just wasn't meant to be. Then what is meant to be? Is this what's meant to be? Is this what my life is meant to be then? It's disappointing, and it becomes insulting to your intelligence. Like, why do you think that I can't do the responsibilities of this job? Like, you don't think that I can talk about this medical technology and electronic health records and billing and automated appointment scheduling? Like, you think that the candidate before or after me or somebody else can do it, but you're not going to move forward with me. You don't think that I'm capable of doing that job and being paid an extremely mediocre amount of money to begin with. And I'm competing with people that are younger than me. I obviously know that the job market is really tough and that there's layoffs left and right, but it feels like everyone I know that has been affected, like, after me, they've lost their job after me, have already found another one, or they're not struggling as much. And like, the longer I go without one, the harder it is to explain why. Like, how many times is this going to happen? And I know that people mean well, like, oh, something better will come along. What is better? Like, I just want to be working like everybody else. Are you passionate about what you do? Are you passionate about your construction software company? Like all these companies that I've worked for, do people wake up every day and want to work in a dynamic, fast-paced environment cross-functionally with their team? Like, I just want a job. I just want to do the functions of a job and get paid.
Another thing is, because of the job market is so bad, try to reach out to your old jobs that you quit before. Reach out to them. Try to be a rehire. Go in person. If you knew that you left on good terms, go in person. Talk to HR or whatever. Like, hey, blah, blah. I'm looking for a job, da, da, da. Go in person. And talk to your old supervisor. And she's willing or he's willing to hire you back. Kudos to you. Go in person. Go back to your old job. I know you don't want to go back to that job that you quit that was paying $15 an hour or $16 an hour that was paying low pay, but they got paid every week. That's what you might have to do. But yeah, drive to your old jobs, all of them. The ones that you left in good terms, the ones that you put in 2 weeks notice, drive to them. And go there. They're gonna be like, and people are gonna be happy to see you. Like, oh my God, what are you doing here? Just tell them the truth. Like, I'm in a job market and I cannot find a job, and I'm coming back. I'm trying to come back. Tell them, like, I'm trying to come back. Talk to your old supervisor. If you and your old supervisor was cool, that's all you have to do. Go back. I'm pretty sure they'd be happy to see you. They know that you was a good worker before. You put in your 2 weeks notice. You didn't really just walk out the door. You left on good terms. Like, you just left because the pay was too low, or you just made up something like you had to take care of a big responsibility or whatever, and you just couldn't be present anymore. Go back to those old jobs. Or if it's work from home, check your emails, your old emails from like 2023, if you still have them, and reach out to the HR when you was writing the HR trying to request off or whatever days you're trying to do. Reach out to them and be like, hey, my name is such and such. I'm just trying to see if I am eligible for rehire, and put in your first and last name, the last 4 of your social, whatever. If you have to give out all that information, pretty much sometimes they will ask for it, but HR will ask for it. That's the correct email. So reach out to them. That's how bad the job market is. Go back to your old job, girl.
Hot take, AI has destroyed the job market, and it's not because AI is actually taking our jobs. It's because AI is being used to apply for jobs, to screen jobs and then to hire candidates who are actually a bad fit because they were not screened by a person. Like when I graduated college, I graduated in 2021, so still kind of COVID era. I applied for about 20 to 25 jobs. I took 6 job interviews. I got 2 job offers. I accepted 1. Now, the volume of applications you have to submit is astronomical. I see people on LinkedIn talking about they've applied to 200 to 300 jobs. Some are closer to like 800. And many of them are not getting interviewed. And many of these candidates are like well qualified, well credentialed, well educated. And due to the sheer volume of applications you have to submit just to increase the probability of securing an interview, most people in some capacity are using AI for their applications because the volume of applications you have to submit is just insane. On top of people using AI just to deal with the volume of applications you have to submit, then companies are using AI to not only screen resumes, but also to do the job interviews. Like I had a huge corporate job interview and I bailed it because I was so confused because it was an AI interview. What is an AI interview? And this was for a major bank because I haven't been in the job hunt situation since I was in college, right? So the whole market of looking for work, and I don't even know if I want to work full time, I'm just open to it, is drastically different. More importantly, a lot of these jobs are also fake. And I'm convinced I applied for a contract role on LinkedIn and they sold my phone number because immediately after I applied, I've had nothing but an endless amount of scam calls from the exact same people and they just use different numbers, but it's the same exact call. And more importantly, because AI is being used to screen candidates and resumes, I don't think fit and corporate culture fit is being well analyzed because now you have a lot of corporations saying that the Gen Z generation is unfit to work. When the reality is, no, the structures you have in place to screen candidates to see if they're fit for your company on a cultural level, you have removed and replaced it with AI, and AI cannot analyze cultural fit.
I just want to get on here and say that the way the economy is set up right now, we don't have time to be driving to job interviews and then not getting a job on spot. I drove an hour and some change to go to a job interview. And it was going good. You know, I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to get this job. Then it's a random job. So I'm like, yeah, ain't nobody else even applying for this. It wasn't on Indeed. I just happened to go in there one day and I asked if they were hiring. They said, yeah. I went to 2 job interviews for the same job just to not get the job. I want to fight now. I feel like that's a fightable offense. I'm literally sitting across from a gas station. Gas is $5. Again, I just said I drove an hour and some change to go to a job interview. I feel like that's a fightable offense. So I need management. I need everybody to come outside with me because if I'm not finna have no job, then y'all not finna have one either. It's just gonna be that. And a lot of y'all may be thinking, well, it's just one job interview, you know. It's others. I went to one today. Well, I didn't even go today. I started looking for another job after that one fell through. I go over there today. I'm not driving, an hour and change anymore because I was driving an hour and change because I was in the process of relocating. So I was having to, drive that longer distance because that's where I'd be located at. Okay, whatever. But I go to a job today and I got the job. They hired me on the spot. And I was like, a little skeptical because the jobs they hire you on the spot, they either gonna work you to death or management gonna be stupid. Maybe both. I get there the first time. The freaking job, they gave me the job on the spot. I was there 9 minutes. I counted. I got there at 11. I was out of there at 11:09. Immediate red flags. So, okay, she told me to come back next week on Tuesday. I go back next week on Tuesday. Never mind, I don't go back next week on Tuesday. I don't go back that following week, but I called that day. I called and asked before my shift was supposed to start, hey, did you say Tuesday or Wednesday? Because I couldn't remember. I just knew they said 2 o'clock, but I couldn't remember if they said Tuesday or Wednesday. I called them. I can't even get in touch with the manager. The manager gave me her personal phone number to use. I said, okay, cool. That's good. She want to keep in contact with her staff. That's great. Couldn't get in contact with her after calling, texting, stuff like that. Couldn't get in contact with her. So I called the desk. They're like, okay. They go back there trying to get her. Can't reach her either. So she take my name and my number. And by the time somebody called me back, I'm like, well, damn, I'm not gonna be able to get there before 2 o'clock because I called before 2 and nobody got back with me. So then I was like, okay, cool. She told me to come Thursday. Today is Thursday. I get up. I go over there. Again, it's not that long drive no more. I go about 30 minutes, maybe 25, maybe less. I go over there. This bitch gonna tell me I'm not in the uniform that she want me to be in. Well, damn, if you had a call or responded or acted like you want to hire somebody for real in the first place, we could have talked about this. Because she was saying that she wants me to have like a man's shirt on, solid black shoes, stuff like that. I had a bang. You see my bang, yeah. Can't have no bang. Got to put my hair in a slick back bun. This the shit that you say in their interview, in my opinion. My interview was 9 minutes. So, all that wasn't said. I didn't get all that. Again, and I called Tuesday, didn't get all that then. They told me white shirt, black bottoms, and non-slip shoes. That's all I had. I said, okay. Why the fuck? I'm just mad because this not the economy to be wasting gas money and shit like that. I done got up and got myself together and got myself ready to go to work because I also hate not working. Don't nobody want to be at home all day. Nobody. But I'm tired of this.
You know what? I just realized why people can't find jobs. And I am Gen X. I'm not a boomer. I'm not going to tell you to go take your resume into these companies. I'm not going to do that. But, and I'm not saying this from the outside looking in, I actually went through 2 assessments for a job that has 4 steps. And let me tell you something. The job market is not just broken. It's extracting free labor from people and calling it a process. Because what they ask you to do now, apply, upload the resume, rewrite what's already on the resume, take a personality test, take a skills test, do the assessment, build a deck, analyze a client profile, create the strategy, write the response, show your judgment, prove your taste, prove your communication style, prove your ability to think on your feet. And by the time you're done, you've already done the actual work for free. And then they have the nerve to say, don't use AI. But the whole process is being filtered by automation. So let me get this straight. The companies can use the systems, filters, platforms, assessments, automation to screen people, but the applicant is supposed to sit there and manually produce unpaid strategy work like it's 1988? No, that is not a hiring process. That is extraction with a job title attached to it. And this is why I'm no longer looking at people sideways when they say they can't find work. Because a lot of people aren't lazy. A lot of people aren't unqualified. A lot of people are not lacking talent. They're fucking tired. They're burned out, being asked to perform a job before they even offer the job. They're doing unpaid consulting because that's what I just did on the second assessment. Unpaid writing, unpaid research, unpaid strategy, unpaid emotional labor, and then don't get selected and they're supposed to just move on and do it again for the next company. At some point, we have to call it what it is. The labor market has become an audition economy, and regular people have been asking to prove their worth over and over again while rent, food, insurance, and basic survival costs keep going up. That is not normal. That is not sustainable, and it's definitely not a reflection of your value. Because after what I just went through, I get it. I get it. Some of these companies are not just hiring, they're shopping for free ideas. And you know what? That is the signal. Tools in the bio.
If you're struggling to find a job right now, don't let rejection make you question your worth. Your current situation is not your final destination. Keep applying, keep believing, and keep going, because the right opportunity can be waiting for you. And if this message encouraged you, like, subscribe, and share your story in the comments. You never know who needs to hear that you're not alone.